Updates for our phones come at a fast and furious pace. It can feel like you just figured something out and then everything changes again. In today's Tech Check, Deseret News columnist Amy Iverson explains the most useful parts of Apple's new operating system and how to use them. Amy, people are hearing about Apple Intelligence with the latest update.
You may be hearing about 18.2, which is the brand new one. If you have an iPhone Pro or newer, you got really cool stuff. So this AI from Apple, that Siri's just supposed to really understand you like you're talking to a friend. But I'm going to mostly talk about just plain old iOS 18, which most people have.
Most people have.
Yeah.
And it sounds like the photo update is what most people are complaining about. So walk us through that one.
People aren't liking the way it looks. They've put all your photos into these collections, but what you should know is that it's super easy to change it back just how you like it. So if you scroll to the bottom of your photos, there's a button that says customize. You just click that. You can get rid of any of those collections you don't like, and you can put them in the order that you want them. So if you want people and places first, great. If you want recent first, great. Just scroll to the bottom and customize it and quit complaining.
Okay. Yeah. Figure it out. You know, sometimes it just takes a little action on our part. Okay, another update came in Messages. What happened there?
This is going to be the great game changer for people, because for those birthdays you remember the night before but don't want to text at midnight or whatever, there is a send later option. So when you're texting someone, a couple of things can happen. First of all, you can highlight any word and you get all these options. You can do italics, you can do make it shake. All these things that help us set our expression, our tone for that text. If we don't want to use emojis, which I'm not a huge fan of emojis, so I would much rather use an italicized word to make my point. Then you can also hit that plus button, scroll down, you see that little send later? You get to decide when that text is going to send. I don't know about you, most of my texts come to my mind at midnight, and I can't text anyone now. I can, and I can just set it for them to get it in the morning.
Okay, that's brilliant. And I had seen those emphasis, the way you did the text in the bold and the shaking. And I'm like, what am I supposed to use this for? But I loved how they could use it for the tone, just one simple word. Okay, that is really fun.
I love it.
The next one, motion cues, vehicle motion cues.
I get so car sick. So I'm the snotty one who's always like, I have to sit in the front, or drive is my preference. But they have something called vehicle motion cues. You can turn this on in your settings, and there are dots on the screen. What those dots do is it follows your car as it moves with built-in sensors. So supposedly you are supposed to be able to still read your content on your phone and not get as car sick as you would without those dots. I've yet to try it. I'm going to try it next time I let someone else drive. But supposedly it's supposed to help with your motion sickness. Genius, if it works.
That's amazing. I've got to try that one too next time Ryan's driving. Notes. What are we finding in notes?
So with notes, if you're doing a note and maybe you're doing a party and you're trying to figure out budget, as you type in your notes that mathematical equation, 85 plus 4, it will instantly do the math for you.
Oh, wow.
No need to open your calculator app. So you can just do everything in the notes, kind of just simple, but a nice little feature.
But there is an update in calculator too, right?
I'm loving calculator because now when you go into your calculator, it does all these unit conversions for you. And what you have to tap is that little calculator in the lower left. When you hit that, you can hit convert. Then look at all these options. You can get any, if you're in another country and you need to know how much that's going to cost you, or if you're sending someone that you bought it in another country. Also, you can click that, and if you scroll across the top, look at all those different conversions, your unit conversions.
Yes.
Any conversion
use this in the kitchen.
you would ever need.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
You can just ask Siri for that too, but if you're not wanting to speak out loud, there you go.
Okay, we've got two more really quick, tap to cash and then respond to Siri. So the tap to cash.
I think most of us are using Venmo, but Apple Cash works just like Venmo, but everyone has to have an iPhone. This way, if you can just touch your phones and it'll send cash to the other person. So think of going to a garage sale. Maybe you don't want to give them your phone number and your email. This way you don't have to. It's private.
All right, we've got more in your column, so you talk more about the Respond to Siri one. We'll catch
There's
that there.
a couple more that are really exciting, so Deseret.com/Amy. It's all there.
Perfect. Thanks,
Courtney.
Amy. Appreciate you.